Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Mrs. Pregame. We got Cardell Dudley Jr., Wilson Tarpe Jr. And before we get started, just a reminder, get over to thefocustv.com so you can stay up to date with everything we have going on from the latest episodes of this show to the 24/7 live feed from our channel on Roku TVs and devices and Amazon Fire TV. That feeds plays our most recent content along with the latest news and interviews that can be found over at the Focus TV. But Cardell, we were here just a couple nights ago. We told everybody a couple nights ago after Washington fell to Golden State 74-69, a very close game. That was just a tough loss. Golden State ended up extending their win streak to 9. So Washington has an unenviable task of trying to right back in the Bay to finish up this season series and try to leave with a W without getting swept. Golden State's up in this series 2-0. The injury report hasn't changed much from last game. The Valkyries will be without Ilyana Rupert. Washington has no injuries to report. I'll double check to see if that has changed. But where do we go from here, man? You laid it out a couple nights ago. They got another crack at Golden State again in Valhalla. What are the keys of this one to possibly get over the hump and get it done? Because they were right in that game a few nights ago, man.
Finish down the stretch. Got to do something about Gabby Williams. Clearly, she's very confident against this team. She's not even like an offensive scoring scorer, like really locked in on scoring like that. She takes what you give her, but the game dictates what the game needs. She kind of plays within the flow. 4 quarters, she came out shooting that thing like I'm an assassin. Like y'all can't guard me, and this is why. You got to do something about that. We all know they love to shoot threes. They play hellified defense, and they love to break you with threes. If you run them off the 3-point line, they're very patient. They move the ball well. They like to get in the paint, suck you in, make you make mistakes, and then they find open shooters. You can't allow them to shoot 36% and 70% from the free throw line, 14 or 20. It's just a recipe. It's just a tough recipe to overcome along with their stifling defense. With Veronica Burton, all-star point guard, 11-11, you but it was 4 of 8. See, she did the Stockton thing. People might just look at the points, but it's her efficiency. And then on top of that, she gave you 11 assists with only 1 turnover. So she's killing you in every facet as a point guard. And then defensively, she was clamping down on the Mystics point guard. She made life hell for them. You can't. You got to take something away. Yeah, make her a scorer or make her an assist person. I'm an assist guard. You can't have her getting both. She was too comfortable. So you got to kind of neutralize her, neutralize Gabby. And, Kayla Thornton chipped in with 3 or 6 from deep. You got to run off the line, which is easy to sit down. But with those 2, you really got to neutralize them. And then outside Shakira and Sonya, if you take away their turnovers, they play excellent basketball. For the most part, I know Sonya was kind of caught up in foul trouble. So that hurt her. You just need better play from their starters, especially what I call their big 3. With Kiki, Shakira, and Sonya. The Mystics just can't afford for them to have off nights. Kiki, 6 points and 2 rebounds. That's not even her. She should be 10-10 when she get up in the morning. She's too talented for that, too good. So she has to if she just played her normal game and reached her average, the Mystics win that game. So you just need her to be Kiki. You don't need to be nothing extraordinary. Just be Kiki. Anywhere was 3 or 6 from deep. Need more of that. 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Just stay out of foul trouble. And I know she had her hands full with Gabby, and Kayla, but still, just stay out of foul trouble. And the rest, the reserves, man, just chip in however you do it. But you need those 3, and I'm gonna put 4 in the onion where those 4, they gotta reach their averages. And you can't turn the ball over, which they really didn't. They only had like 14 turnovers. We could live with that. But they didn't get back on defense because they scored 20. The Valkyries scored 22 points off it. You got to get back. So, you do those things, you're fine. You win. Like they punished some points in the paint, 40-16, and that's with Kiki not even getting off like that. Like they were dominant. But they lost the bench points matchup. They lost the 3-point shooting matchup, and they lost the free throw matchup. The Mystics were 9 of 11, but the Valkyrie were got 20 attempts, 14 to 20. So, and then also, even the assists were close. So it was right there. It's just that full quarter where the Mystics the execution was just non-existent. 38%, no 3-pointers, 2-2 from the free throw line. Like I said, they only scored 12 points in that quarter. Gabby scored 10 herself. So, and Veronica was right there with 5 points and 3 assists in that quarter alone. So, and 4 of their starters, they played the entire full quarter. So, they were able to do that because they weren't in foul trouble and they were executing. Just play smarter, play more efficient. Therefore, show up. I'm talking about on the Mystic side, they can snap the streak. If it's a repeat of what we saw a couple of nights ago, you say the win streak at 9, it's gonna reach double digits. It's gonna reach 10.
Yeah. I'm right with you. Now, the only other thing I'd add is what we talked about a little bit last night was at times, just for Washington, if you have a good look, let it fly. Like you don't need to don't overpass. If you have a good look, you're all pros. Put the shot up, take the shot. It's too good of a defensive team to overpass because you pass up a good look. Sometimes that thing where you pass up a good look to get a great look against good defensive teams, then you end up with no look. That's just that's the reality, and we saw that come to fruition a couple times. And then, like you said, I think the biggest thing for me was just like keep them off the line. It's a team that doesn't it's not like the Valkyries are some great scoring team. You can't afford to have them get to the free throw line more than you. There's like 2 players that drive and turn the corner with a purpose. Everybody else, man, is driving and kicking. And as you were talking about last game, and it was killing me, I'm sure as it was killing you and many fans watching too, is do not overhelp. You brought up Kayla Thornton. The 3 threes that she hit was literally folks unnecessarily overhelping or sagging off for a second. She's knocking those down. She's put in a lot of work in that department of her game. And that killed you. You lost that game by 5. She hit 3 threes. I know even with the Gabby and Veronica thing, like you can't afford all those different things to happen. But I'm right with you. You got to find a way to limit Gabby because she took that game.
And that's a good point you made about the overhelping. Especially in that fourth quarter, there was a lot of that. Shakira had a bad one down the stretch. Kiki did. Sonya, especially with the little turnover, Gabby jumped up and grabbed the ball. Essentially, that's what I mean by just playing smarter. Those are just mistakes you can't make when it's winter time in the fourth quarter, especially when the game is right there for you to take. Snap that streak and shoot. Why not try to get out of there with a sweep? You know what I mean? But whatever, they gotta go for the split tonight. It is what it is. But yeah, just play smarter, play a smarter brand of basketball. I think they play hard enough to win. They just got to play a little smarter, and their key players, they got to join the party. They got Kiki. She been kind of off the last few games. Need her to be Kiki. Don't need her to be extraordinary. Anybody saying get 20 and 20. Just be Kiki. Get your 12 and 10. You do that, they're in good shape. Sonya do what she do. Shakira do what she do. Only we're bombing from 3, getting her 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Mystics in good shape, and they're not turning the ball over. They're in good shape.
Facts. And just to let you guys know, for the night, since the 10 p.m. start, we got our weekly episode of The Focus tomorrow. No outlet tonight. We're going to have that live tomorrow night during this week's episode of The Focus TV. So Mystics Outlook, folks, tune in right now. Feel free. We encourage you guys coming out with us tomorrow about 8 p.m. Focus, and again, we'll break down that game live on that program. But we appreciate y'all. Enjoy tonight's game. Cardell laid out the keys. And again, I'm right with you. I thought that was a great point you made when we get out of here. They definitely played hard enough to win that game. That they were bothering, they made an impact in that game. It was just little things. And we've seen them kind of learn, the growing pains this year learning, and we've seen them learn some lessons. I'm interested to see if tonight could be one of those moments where we see them learn and apply, or if it's going to be something where this lesson gets applied later, but they got a great chance to apply it tonight, like you said, and put an end to this crazy streak the Valkyries are on at this moment. But you guys have a great night. Enjoy the nice game, and we will see you guys tomorrow night, 8 p.m.